when I traveled with you for the first time in this region, this is the first place we had gone to together, and this is a place called Syat in the foothills, and it's in the Corbett buffer zone. It's a beautiful little village, but what's special about Syat?
All right. So, Syat is on the foothills beyond the Corbett forest. So, you imagine a vast forest about spread over 1,500 square kilometers. And this is fringed by the Himalayas, rising towards Nainital and towards the upper Himalayas. So when you are at Syat, you have like a bird's eye view of the Corbett landscape spread out below you.
Mhm.
This is Syat is under what is called the Kota Bagh zone. Yeah? Corbett is divided into various zones. Kota Bagh is known for its tomato farms. So, and this village being on the foothills is it's almost as if it's suspended between the Himalayas and the grounds below. So one of the first thing is that you get when you arrive there is the elevation because you are in some kind of a privileged
Mhm.
position, suspended in midair. The other very interesting thing about Syat is that it is a agrarian region,
Yeah.
meaning it is although it is in the middle of the forest, but it's like a clearing in the middle of the forest. The village itself is like a clearing in the middle, surrounded by sal forests mostly.
Mhm.
Um, there is a very important river. This river is very important for Kotabag, and it's called Baur, Baur. Jim Corbett, in fact, mentions the Baur River.
Or yeah.
He had one of his encounters with the man-eaters in the Baur Valley. This river can be accessed by, let's say, about a half an hour's walk from where you stay, or you can simply cycle down there. We have the mountain bikes supporting equipment. Um, Clean water. You can lounge in those waters many hours and not feel the chill, even in December. Um, the village is Kumaoni in the sense that you can visit these homes and eat Kumaoni food.
Okay.
Having said that, because it is in the foothills, the cuisine is a mixture of what you get in the plains of Ramnagar and what you get in proper hill villages. The people, the language, the music, the songs that they have, their folk songs, they are also a mix of culture of the plains and the hills.
Mhm.
And you have the typical big leaved forests. So the flora and the fauna around the bird watching is very specific to this region, but you get the best of both worlds. I mean, you can take a short drive and go into the dense Corbett forest,
Yeah.
where there are these small rivers, streams where you can walk along it, smaller water bodies, palms. So, why I'm describing this topography is because the avian varieties change, and as you climb up, you will
Yeah.
see that transition.
Absolutely.
This is a mix of elephant and tiger and leopard territory. Um, Very close to where we are very old elephant migratory corridors. So we can walk there, we can cycle there. You can even get onto a vehicle and plan a day where you visit Jim Corbett's village, the
Hmm.
village that himself set up. Um, you could visit India's first iron foundry, where the British first started making these iron ingots. They were rolled down the slopes. You can see. why the canals were built to transport
Mhm.
hot iron, cool them down as they rolled down the slopes for making railways. This is where the iron came from. The hills on which Syat is situated is very rich in iron ore. You can even walk to this old mine where they used to mine iron, for instance. There are museums around. And of course, because you are very close to the core Corbett zones, if you are into that kind of a thing, you could simply go for a safari, like a jeep safari. You
Okay.
can book it for right there. Um, that's what it is. So this is one of the largest campsites that we run. Um, it is essentially surrounded by mango orchards of all things and tomato fields. They also grow flowers in the village. So all around, and on one side would be this almost like a private sal forest.
Mhm.
Um, the campsite has different types of accommodations and lounging areas. So you could stay in a kind of a private cottage, which is a mixture between a hut and a built room.
Mhm.
You could choose to stay away from this cluster of huts, pitch your tent closer to the forest edge.
Yep.
Uh, well, if you like open spaces, you could choose a machan. So there are about a dozen machans there. You choose one of them. Comfortable bedding, so we could make sure that you are very comfortable at night. There are these lounging places, small circles spread out over this 2.5 acre patches where you can have your private bonfire or like a communal
Wow.
bonfire. Dining areas under a very, very old burger ficus tree. You have volleyball courts.
One of my most vivid memories is just opening, the curtain of my tent early in the morning and seeing whistling thrush right outside. So it was like a spectacular start to my first morning over there. I also remember the river trek that you mentioned, the riverside trek, and it was a walk from morning till late evening, and throughout that walk we kept seeing fresh tiger pug marks, and there was a tigress that had walked that same path little while before us, so that was very exciting. And of course the food and the conversations around the campfire is something about Sayad that I'll never forget. Yeah, and that's the kind of vibe that place has. It's a great place for bird and wilderness freaks, but also anyone who enjoys rural, the rural Indian life.